Hello there everyone, how are we doing today? This is NBZ, of course, bringing you yet another battle onto my channel, and this one was against someone by the name of DarkBlitz720 from the Smoke on Wi-Fi Battle Finder, and I just wanted a solid OU game. I was going to bring the team and go ham with it, and that's basically the plan. And of course we have a nice sizable opponent here, some very big threats on his end, but we should be able to deal with them aptly as long as we have our prediction cap on and all that good stuff in the bag. So we're going to start off here. I decided to lead off with the Landorus, just in case he wanted to go with T-Tar to get weather up straight away, but ends up going with Rotom, which actually works out pretty perfectly for him because he's able to go for the Hydro Pump on me and clean me out essentially, because well, Rotom is really annoying like that. It just it has the stab, it has the power, and it will be able to. So I'm going to go into my Latias, predicting, in fact, the Hydro Pump, but he instead goes for the Volt Switch, which I guess is pretty aggressive for a first turn play. It was kind of obvious I was going to switch, sure, but I would have thought he would just go straight out for the Hydro Pump, if not like the Trick or something strange, like Will-O-Wisp perhaps. So that was kind of what I was predicting. I thought Latias could take any of those hits, and he goes into his Latios. Now, obviously, this Latios is going to force me to go into my Tyranitar, because it's probably the best thing to take on that dragon. And he ends up predicting yet again. He's making very aggressive plays at the start of the game here. Goes straight into his Lucario, which threatens me just immediately because I go straight into T-Tar expecting to deal with the Latios. But no, now he basically is able to get a free Swords Dance up as I switch. But the good thing about this situation is that my Landorus basically shuts Lucario down. Even after a Swords Dance, he's going to lose one of those boosts because of my Intimidate, and he doesn't really have anything to hit me with very strongly. I, of course, resist his main stab in the form of close combat, and extreme speed won't be doing a huge amount, and neither will crunch, so kind of force him out in this situation. And I know that he's not going to stay in. I definitely don't want to go for the Earthquake because that would be kind of silly, so I go for the U-turn to gain myself some momentum because I've been kind of on the back foot so far. He's really been playing me all around the place, and I have got the advantage at this point because I can go into my Latias, and I decide now to be a little bit more ballsy, and I think he's going to go into his Rotom, gonna go into his Rachi from his Rotom, because he obviously doesn't want to take a Psyshock or a Draco Meteor. Rachi can obviously take both Psyshock and Draco Meteor easily, and it ends up that he doesn't switch, and I go for the Hidden Power Fire, and he basically just takes it pretty easily. So I'm like, oh, well, that kind of blows, and in that case, well, he might want to go out to it now, because now he's at a really low amount of HP, or he's not really at a low amount of HP, but he is at low enough to where a Draco or a Psyshock may well take him out. So I'm thinking, okay, if he wants to switch, that's fine. If he stays in, he can't really hurt me, because all he can do is either Will-O-Wisp me, Volt Switch, or Hydro Pump, so I might as well recover my health back up to full, or close enough to that, and he ends up going for the Will-O-Wisp and hitting, which kind of sucks because this Latias is now in sand with a Life Orb with Burn, so if I'm attacking on one turn, that's me losing 3 different pieces of health from 3 different things going on, which kind of is annoying, but oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to deal with it. At least the burn isn't cutting my special attack or anything crazy, so we're all good to go. So at this point I'm thinking, come on, you gotta switch to Jirachi at this point. This makes 0 sense. Why are you not switching to Jirachi right now? And he still doesn't switch to Jirachi. I'm like, god damn it. I've hidden Power Fire twice now, I've recovered once, and I am nowhere nearer to doing anything to this Rotom, and further to that, he's able to Volt Switch out at this point, saving his Rotom for a little bit later, and going into something else, such as Tyranitar, which is easily going to be able to go for the Pursuit and trap my Latias in here now, which kind of really fucking blows, because he's been playing me all over the shop so far, and yeah, not been good. I need to pick myself up, got to get rid of those poor plays and bad things and start doing things well. Hopefully, maybe, perhaps it shall happen. Who knows? We'll see. I decide obviously to stay in and go for my strongest move, which is the Draco Meteor. Doesn't do a whole hell of a lot, probably because he's a bulky T-Tar with Stealth Rock and just Pursuit and stuff and weirdness. And just have leftovers, so it kind of makes sense. And obviously, best for me just to stay in and get a hit off while he pursues, because I was trapped in there anyway. So at this point, I'm going to go back into, well, no, not back into, I'm going to go straight into my Staraptor to threaten him out with the close combat, and he ends up going into Jirachi. I could have U-turned, of course, which may have helped me, but I thought that I would just try for the close combat, and maybe he would want to stay in and overpredict or something to that end, but does a decent chunk to the Jirachi. Definitely know that I don't want to stay in here, and the best thing for me to probably go to is Landorus, because he's not running a rain team, so Water Pulse isn't really an option, in which case he's probably using Iron Head and T-Wave, especially after seeing lefties. So I'm going to go into Landorus and hopefully like dodge a T-Wave or take an Iron Head or anything like that. And it turns out that he does try to paralyze me on this turn, which pretty much makes things perfect, because now Landorus can take that pretty nicely. So this juncture, I'm going to decide to set up Stealth Rock. I think that he may not want to stay in because the Earthquake is threatening him, and he ends up protecting as I do get my rocks up, which is pretty much getting rocks up for free. If there's any situation where you want to get Stealth Rock on the field, your opponent protecting, generally a good idea, so that works out in my favor. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, he potentially could go to Latios, though the U-turn is kind of obvious, and you know, that could be a thing that I could do. Instead, he predicts me to switch out to something, what is it, I think my T-Tar to take on his Latios, so he goes for the T-Wave expecting that. I just make the safe play with the Earthquake, and it ends up working out because, well, he just stays in and takes a whole hell of a chunk of a lot of damage. Ends up protecting there, and I try to U-turn, and now at this point I'm thinking, okay, after those leftovers, I'm probably not going to be able to take him out with an Earthquake, I mean with a U-turn, so instead of going for the U-turn, I go for the Earthquake on this turn, and kind of get myself screwed over because he goes straight into Rotom. I'm like, well, balls, I could have just U-turned, kept the momentum, gone straight into Staraptor, U-turned again, finished off the Rotom, and that would have been that, but instead I tried to Earthquake the Jirachi a second time, which I really shouldn't have done. I should have just straight up U-turned, not like he could have done anything to me anyway, so, kind of stupid play. Again, I'm just, not really, you know, participating as smartly in this game as I could if my head was a bit straighter on, but apparently it's kind of twisted to the side and like half lopped off, so I go into my own Rotom knowing that he's probably not going to Volt Switch this time, just going to go for the Hydro Pump safely and want to do as much damage to me as he can, and that's pretty much exactly what he does, as I take it pretty well, I guess. So at this point, I'm kind of expecting him to Volt Switch out into his Latios because that thing is able to take either of my stabs. I decided to go for the Will-O-Wisp, thinking that maybe I could catch that thing with a little bit of residual damage, but he ends up staying in, going for a Will-O-Wisp of his own. I'm guessing that he's running pretty much the exact same Rotom set that I am. Difference is that his Rotom went to Specsavers and mine didn't, because god damn it, how many times can I miss Will-O-Wisp in like the entirety of me ever using this thing? Seriously, I just don't understand how I just miss Will-O-Wisp all the time, but whatever, it's a thing. But at this point I'm thinking, okay, I can easily take another Hydro Pump or a Volt Switch and go for a, I guess another no, I think I'm just going to go for the Hydro Pump on this turn. I should have probably Volt Switched out because I think it would have taken him down, but instead go for the Hydro Pump and bring him down to a really tiny amount of HP, and unfortunately the Sandstorm isn't going to be enough to take him out from that range. I thought it would be, but he's going to live with a tiny amount of HP and, wait, no, he fainted. Wait a sec. What? I literally just had this match. I literally just had this match and Rotom lit. What? So apparently I'm getting, but why is he not sent a, what the fuck is going on? Hello? What? How did, what is going on? Hello? Right. So, apparently, something screwed up in the versus recorder because I have no idea what's going on. Why did this, really? I didn't use a different background. Is that, what? What the fuck is going on? The Rotom wasn't supposed to die to the Sandstorm. Why is this happening? Now I'm speaking gibberish. I honestly don't know what right. Okay. So, apparently, I'm fighting no one anymore. There's nothing on the other side of the field, and I'm just, oh god. Oh dear god. This isn't healthy. Anyway, I've just completely lost words. Words, where are they? They, somewhere else? How did this, how did this even happen. Okay, so I have no. What? 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 What even? What?